Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Unity. We have the newest release, Circle of Friendship from Unity Stamp. This is the red rubber version, which is amazing, from the Gina K Designs Wreath Builder. This is a great stamp set. We're going to be using it in coordination with the Wreath Builder Templates, which is a stencil of 3 3/4 and 4 inches. And this is a hot seller because you can make all sorts of wreaths in a circular pattern. They come in just 2 sizes, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. You're going to need a piece of a cardstock which was cut 4 by 4 to fit in within that bigger of the stencils, and several colors of ink. We're using green tea, eucalyptus, it's a girl, which is a pink, party dress, a darker pink, using peppermint scrub for a little stamp, and sweet 16. We're going to be using some wow embossing to actually stamp. Alright, we're going to begin by placing the larger of the 4 by 4 stencil onto our Misty. This is a stamp positioner. You can use anything you have, but I would suggest using the Misty. Then, with some packing tape, I'm using my Christmas leftover tape, we're going to tape it down to the Misty. On our 4 by 4 cardstock that I've cut, we're going to place it where it fits, right in the center of that stencil. Now we're going to set the stamping using the light purple ink that I have shown you earlier. I'm going to stamp the one flower and just keep turning my square piece of paper and see how perfect that little circle is. For the purpose of this video, I am going to super speed each layer. I'm moving on to a larger flower in It's a Girl, which is a really light pink, and just keep turning that cardstock. I leave my darkest colors for the end, so we're moving on to Party Dress, which is a hot pink. And I really like how you can place where you're going to put that flower. I have a little bit of an empty space. I'm going to use a smaller flower using peppermint scrub and just keep turning, creating that magical wreath. Now for the leaves, we're going to stamp 2 at a time. We're going to set them on the inner and the outer part of the wreath, and using the grass skirt, which is a bright green. It's okay if you end up stamping on your stencil, you just wipe it off. And last but not least, we're going to use the same stamps with the green tree, which is a really darker kind of olivey green, and it's really going to fill in that wreath. Now we're going to hand cut it and cut the interior to make it a hollow wreath. On our Kraft cardstock, I'm going to be using embossing ink. This is the ink you use to heat emboss. I don't know if you knew that you can stamp it and it will color your current cardstock just a little shade darker and make it pop, instead of having to find a coordinating ink to that cardstock. Using foam adhesive strips, I'm going to add 1 layer of strips to the entire wreath, removing the backing and placing it on the center. Once that's done, we're going to place it right in the center. Now we're going to stamp the sentiment. I'm using You Are My Sunshine. We're going to do an ombre. So we're going to stamp with the lightest ink and then come in with the peppermint scrub and just lightly dab the edge of the sentiment. We're going to stamp it onto our piece of white cardstock, trim it just to make it a little thin, and then using double layers of foam adhesive, place it above the wreath. For a finishing touch, a little glitter. We're going to be using some glitter drops. You can use some Nuvo. These are just super easy and ready to go. And this one way of using the Wreath Builder templates along with the Circle of Friendship. I love using the red rubber. It's so easy. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.